floating like on her toes, just barely touching the ground, coming front and stopping at the center. There, rising her arms and hands, like touching the ceiling, in a longing gesture. Then in a slow turn, putting them on her chest. Now you can see her breathing. It's like it's a deep breathing, and maybe a sign for strong emotions, like passion. And then she just turns and turns and turns and lifts and fly away. This image made an unforgettable impact on me. And from the age of 4, she, the ballerina, was my role model, my leading star, my inspiration. And I also tried to become a ballerina myself. But that's a long time ago. And now I would like to use this moment to introduce to you and to share with you some of the images, some of the bodies, the worlds, and choreographies that meant so much to me. And to do that, I'll start with giving you some keys to ballet history. I hope you can follow. Okay, so it was in the 1400s, at the time of the Renaissance, the Italian dukes competed with one another in giving costly, fancy entertainments that included dance performances. The dancers were not professionals, they were noble men and noble women, dancing to please their ruler and to stir the admiration and envy of his rivals. The knight's ideal of an upright posture, a great body control, and a perfect precision was worshipped and spread within this group of people. So actually ballet was started as an ethnic Italian dance in small city-states in Italy. So Catherine de' Medici, a member of the ruling family of Florence, became the Queen of France in 1547. She introduced into the French court the same kind of entertainments that she had known in Italy. And ballet historians consider one of her ballets, Ballet Comique de la Reine, to be the first ballet ever. Historians say it was a magnificent spectacle of about 5.5 hours, music, tremendous costumes, and yeah, it was great. It was 1581 in honor of a royal wedding. So this first ballet, Ballet Comique de la Reine, I sometimes feel that I have like one of these going on inside me and all the time. So yes, the first ballet, Ballet Comique de la Reine, established Paris as the capital of the ballet world, of course. Then King Louis XIV, who ruled France during the late 1600s and early 1700s, strengthened that leadership. Louis greatly enjoyed dancing. He participated in all the ballets given at his court, but then he stopped when he became fat and middle-aged. But instead, he founded the Royal Academy of Dance to train professional dancers to perform for him and his court. Now, mirrors were added, so that the dancers themselves had the opportunity to correct their mistakes and failures. Like that, the dancer could become their own self-regulator. Spatial rigor that makes everything visible. Hierarchy and ranking was also used to reinforce discipline and effectiveness. And it was also used to inspire the individuals to compete with each other and also themselves, as well as to strengthen the ideal of the time. So this training was a success. And I also feel that I have like one of these going on all the time. Okay, where I was with yes, the training was a success. Similar companies developed in other European countries now. And one of the greatest was the Russian Imperial Ballet of St. Petersburg. The French and the Russian professional dancers now became so skilled that they began to perform publicly in theaters. I have one of these also going on all the time. Yes, so Paris remained the capital of the ballet world during the early 1800s, with several gifted choreographers and don't you think that there is like an invisible gaze that is watching you? Not that I can think of anyone told me like, come on, calm down, or like, what are you doing? But still you can feel it's there, or maybe suspect it's there. Or let me put it like this, somehow you know it's there, on you. And whenever you do something that is a little bit too much, like you laugh too loud or you talk too loud, then you notice that you do this like kind of typical thing that you back off. And you are kind of, no, it wasn't like that. Or, here am I sitting and... But you know, that's when you notice what you are doing, that you are doing so many things. And you are working so hard, and you kind of like, you absorb, you take in everything. You absorb everything, even like the whole room, you just like, take it in. And that makes you feel a little bit small. So you kind of like, yeah. And then you notice that something is happening to your bum. It's like going under you, like this. And yeah, your shoulder blades just slides up. And you notice that you're kind of twisted. Your arms are held. And yeah, something also happens to your hearing. It's like it gets, all of a sudden, like a great hearing. You can hear so well, every sound, every breath, just like... Yeah. And when you move really quietly so no one will take a notice. Yeah. Yeah, and you back off. But I mean, you're not backing off in any strange like this. No, it's a normal backing off. It's like you just back off. Yeah. And I mean, you don't only back off, you take steps front also. You walk front and you walk back. It's like, yes. And somehow the room tells you that it's good if you sometimes are one of these people that, can put down your foot and like, take the room. So you can like, take the room. I take the whole room. You're a man in the room, yeah. But at the same time, it's not nice if you're like, it's only me here in the room. So you want to become like a little bit more, maybe more listening, maybe. Yeah. And more, yes, you try to fit in. Yeah, you fit in and you become like fluid, so you can be with everybody at the same time. I'm with you, and you. But you're not like, I'm with everybody all the time. Not like that. I mean, you have a certain feeling of integrity. Also, you know this, that you're a little bit for yourself, and then you're together. So you're for yourself, together. So you do this, and you do this, and you do this. Yeah, and you also, it's like you know, you have to be positive. The room tells you to be positive. It's great if you're a positive person with a positive approach to most things in life. Yes, so you're positive. And you are like interested and curious and like, yeah. But in the same time, you're not like, I'm so curious. not that curious, you're kind of like a little curious. Or maybe not. Let's take away curiosity. Like, you're just a little interested. A little interested. I'm a little interested. But still you're positive, so you smile. Interested, smile. And you are like, and you do this. Go very silently. And you're like, and you're kind of like, you're not curious, you're just interested. And you're like, but there's something else that you do. Yes. Yes. It's the tension. Tension. We people, we are so great at tension. And this is something that we do a lot. And that we have inherited, and that we have been needing, and we inherited it already from the Stone Age people, because at that time there could come like a big beast and like take a bit of you, and then you had to like make an armory of muscles to stop the bleeding, so you would be able to escape. Yes, but so this is something that we need, and we do a lot, and we're good at. But there are also other things that we inherited. I'm thinking about the wars. And I'm thinking about... I'm also thinking about us here, and all the training that we did, and all the dances that we do all the time. And dances, that reminds me again of the ballet, the world of the royalties and the courts. I'll get back to the history. So, where were I? Yes, Paris remained the capital of the ballet world during early 1800s, with several gifted choreographers and dancers. Some of these people spread their talents to other sides of the world. And one choreographer was Marius Petipa. He helped to make St. Petersburg into the new world center of ballet. Petipa especially was creating spectacular choreography for women. The leading roles in his Sleeping Beauty and Swan Lakes, created in 1890, are still the parts most desired by ballerinas. I have to tell you, I have danced choreography by Marius Petipa. I was picked as a 9-year-old to do a flower child in the Sleeping Beauty in the opera in Stockholm. And it's funny because it's 28 years ago, but I still remember so many things, like the orchestra, the music, the steps, even some of the instructions, I remember. They often said like, girls, you have to smile, because then people will not notice your mistakes and your ugly feet. But I'll show you, we had curls and beautiful pink dresses and flower sticks. I'll just show you a little bit. To do the farmer girl in the second act. That was also like great. And then I didn't need point shoes because the farmers there are more like earthy. And often short dancers can be farmers because they are like a little bit flirty with very quick feet. And they're like, and I didn't find the music, unfortunately. It was like dun dun gang 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 gang, something like that. But then I was not so happy because I was also picked to do the servant in the third act in the same ballet in Sleeping Beauty, and that meant like sitting on your knees for 25 minutes before coming up. And you know I was 9. But we also had props. We had a pillow, and we had like really black and thick, it's called pancake in the opera house. It's like, yeah, makeup. So we had it all over. And also we had like a golden item, like on the pillow. So it was, the instruction was like, sit there, sit here 25 minutes, still. And then on a musical cue, get up. Now move very slowly, with sliding steps front. Stop on the musical cue. Now you have to watch out because your partner is coming like on the side here, so you have to turn at the same time, both of you. There. Now you have the queen in front. You go with sliding small steps here. And now you make a bow. But you're not supposed to do this because you cannot show your bum. You have to do like this. And then you go down. And here you do a second bow like that. Here. Now you wait for her to come. And she is doing other things, and then she makes a gesture. And now you have to rise. It's like, it's the gaze and the pillow at the same time. This is very important. So you go like, gaze and pillow together. Here. And now you cannot be there or here. It's like exactly here. And now put up your chest like, there. There you go. So she comes, she takes the golden item. You're there. You're waiting a little bit until she goes away. And now you bow a third time. You come up. Slowly, slowly. It's all the time, this like, should not be noticed so much. So you kind of go here, and then you back with small bows. Because you cannot turn your back to the queen, so it's like, you go there. And now you turn. You cannot turn this way, you will take too much attention. So you go like here. And now this was tricky because you were not allowed to lift your head. So it was like this. And they say like, negerpager, we were called like Negro servants. You cannot stumble like that. You will ruin the moment. So, yes. And here I want music.